ADBC, ABAP database connectivity. This is also one of the important topics on ABAP on HANA. Actually, this ADBC topic is more popular when sidecar approach, like uh, pre, previous to Business Suite on HANA, SAP uh, SAP suggested their clients to go for Sidecar HANA. What is the Sidecar HANA? In Sidecar HANA, we'll have R3 system as it is without disturbing ERP system. We'll maintain HANA database as a secondary database parallel to the R3 system. The data will be replicated to the HANA DB in a particular intervals or real time with the SLT tool, SLT or BODS. Okay, SAP LAN. Okay, SLT is one of the transformation tool. Okay, and BODS is data services tool. There are different tools are there which will do the replication of data from the one system to other system. So using one of the replication tool, we used to replicate the data from the primary database like R3 system to secondary database HANA-DB system. That is a general concept. Now, what is ADBC? ADBC is a concept where we can fetch the data from the secondary database. Here we will fetch the data from the secondary database. Actually, if you write any ABAP program, in ABAP program, if you write a select query, that select query fetches the data from the primary database. Suppose I am writing a program called, in program I written a select statement called select star from VBAK into ITAB, where some condition. Now it will pick the data from the primary database of that ERP system and it will show as an output. It will take the data into application server. Now, if you want to connect to the secondary database, you don't want to take the data from the primary database system, you want to take the data from the secondary database system. Okay, if you want to take data from the secondary database system, there is a concept called ADBC. Okay, ADBC is a concept where we will pick the data from the secondary database and process it. There are different techniques are available for ADBC, ABAP database connectivity, and using the techniques, we'll pick the data from the secondary database. Okay, why you have to go for ADBC concept in HANA? Because it is also called accelerated HANA. Why we will say it is as an accelerated HANA? Because while fetching the data from the primary database, system get slow response because of the database capabilities, database hardware and software capabilities. The system will pick the data little slow. Okay. At the same time, if you are connect to HANA database, from HANA database, if you pick the data, it will be very fast. Okay, so that is called accelerated. We'll create a connection between ABAP program and secondary database using ADBC connection. After that, we can write a program from ABAP which will pick the secondary database, not a primary database. Okay, that is also called secondary database connection. Now, if you talk about secondary database connection concept, it is not a new concept. It is not introduced by HANA. This concept is there for so many years. Actually, 11-12 years back, I worked on this concept. Actually, in my one of my client, the client want to pick the data from the other party software, like some other party system is there. From there, you want to pick the data. Okay, so what we tried is we tried upload, download. These are not possible. Now we try to make the connection between ABAP and secondary database. Okay, so whenever you write a special query, normal query means ABAP related normal query means it will take the data from the your primary system. Okay, so if you are talking about secondary database means it will take the data from the secondary database system. Now there is a concept called database connectivity, database connection. Okay, first of all, you have to establish the connection between the HANA database and ERP system. Okay, establishing the a connection between the ERP system and secondary database. So for that, there is a transaction called DBA cockpit. So let me give you a theory. HANA as a secondary database. Okay, HANA is a secondary database. The concept of secondary database is instead of replacing the database with the HANA database, instead of replacing the database current database with the other HANA database, okay, you need to duplicate the required ERP tables to the HANA data. So here what we do is in secondary database we will not pick the data. Okay, just we will communicate with the data and secondary database and we will show the data. Here in ABAP application server we will write a special code to pick the data from the secondary database. Okay, so first of all we have to create the database connection. Database connection, there is a two ways. dbcon is one transaction or dbcon is a table, dba cockpit is a transaction. Okay, and dba cockpit is a transaction, dbcon is a table. You have to enter the dba cockpit transaction. In dba cockpit transaction you have to maintain the connection details. Okay, you have to maintain the connection details and instance name. Now if you want to create a connection, there is a T code DBA cockpit. Inside DBA cockpit, you have to give the all the details. Like you have to first you have to give the connection name, that is unique name, and what is the DB database you are using, what is the username, password. These are all details you have to mention while connecting to the database. Now I'll show you one example in a server. I'll open transaction. If you see here, DBA cockpit is a transaction. In DBA cockpit, we will establish the connection between the secondary database and application server. So if you see the connections, SLT, system and landscape transformation. DBA connections. Okay. No. If you open DBA connection, you can able to see if you want to create a database connection, just this all. See, they connected with some server. If you see this one, when is fetching, when disconnected, these are all details you can able to see. See, I executed some programs. When this executed, everything log is there. Okay, database monitor. Okay, first of all, you have to create the connection. If you want to create the connection, DB database connection. Here, if you want to create a new connection, okay, you have to give the connection name and maximum minimum this one, and the database is another database, username, password. Here you have to give host name, database or SQL port. These are all details. If you mention, you can able to access any of development tool, web development tool. No. Otherwise, I'll open in normal R3. It will be easy. Okay, DBA cockpit is a transaction. If you open DBA cockpit, you can able to see the database connections. Okay, so these are the connections. If I refresh, here this is a database connection. So if you want to create any new connection, these are the connections are available. If you want to create any new connection, you can create new connection. So here you have to give the username and password. Based on that, DB connection will be created. Here you have to give the database name, SQL name. Based on that, everything will be created. Now that okay. Now we created a connection between application server and database. Now how can I get the data? Okay, I written program for getting data from the primary database, but I want to write a program which will pick the data from the secondary database. Okay, so let me go to theory. DB table or DBA cockpit. Okay, anything you can use. Using this one, you can connect. After that, we'll maintain all the data along with the user ID password for the system DB user. DB user ID password you have to give here. Okay, so that is connection is created. Now connection is created with some name like AB1, HA1, something, some three digits number got created connection. So using that connection, how can I write a query? Okay, so using this connection, normally there are 3-4 ways to go with the secondary database ADBC connectivity. First concept is connection ID. First concept is connection ID concept. Here what we do, normally if the programs are very large, like we have to change the code for 100-200 programs. In each program, if there are 20-30 select statement, that time we will go for this approach. Okay, in this approach, just we will in this approach we will do small change for select query. In this we will do small change for select query. Normally if you see any select query, it writes select start from table SFlight into table internal table. Okay, select start from SFlight into table IT flight. Now here additionally we will add one more small statement called connection name. Okay, whenever application server trigger this type of statement, okay, select start from SFlight connection ID AB1. Based upon connection ID, whatever parameter maintained in connection ID, based upon that it will fetch the data from that table. Okay, it will fetch the data from the secondary database table and it will show in the application server. Are you clear? Hello? Okay. It's very simple concept. We'll select start from SFlight and only change is connection ID, connection name, connection name, connection and connection name. So the advantage and disadvantage of this concept is, advantage is very easy to maintain. Okay, if you have 100 programs also, you can easy to maintain. So just you can replace with the space with the connection ID AB1. Okay, just if you change the code into connection ID AB1, automatically it will fetch the data from the secondary database. Now, what is the disadvantage? Advantage is very simple. So there is no technicality involved, technical knowledge required for this thing. Just if you write a select query, for that select query, if you add connection ID thing, automatically it will fetch from the, it will bypass the database and it will fetch from the secondary database. Okay. The thing is, if you are using in this concept, you have to select table. You have to select the table from application server. Okay, which is having in database server. So in this concept, whatever table structure you are maintaining, both the places same structure should be maintained. Okay, HANA database also same table structure should be maintained, and ABAP layer. Okay, ABAP level also same database structure should be there. Okay, so suppose there is a table called SFlight. If SFlight is there in ABAP system, same SFlight should be there in HANA system. Okay, are you understanding? Suppose we created stored procedure in database level. Okay, that stored procedure is a separate structure. Can you use stored procedure inside that select statement of this query? No. So what we do is, here same database will be replicated as along with the structure of tables, then only this approach will work. But there is one more approach is called native SQL. In native SQL, we will write native SQL code. Okay, native SQL code always execute at DB level. Okay, native SQL code always execute at DB level. So you can write a native SQL code to pick the data. So native SQL code we will write from win execc and execc. Between execc and execc we will write this code. So if you see, the coding will be like this. Okay, execc SQL connect to EB1 and execc, again execc, open it. Like execc, whenever you want to connect to the secondary database and pick the data, that time you will write between execc and execc. Okay, otherwise if you want to do internal table work or some other thing, you will use normal ABAP.
So in this approach, we can use the stored procedures created in the.
Yeah, anything. We are writing SQL code, right? We are writing SQL code, native SQL code. So in this approach, it is not mandatory to having the same structure in application server. Okay, so we are not at all involving application server in this approach. Previous approach is OpenSQL. Okay, this is OpenSQL. If you are writing OpenSQL, structure should be maintained in database as well as application. So here native SQL. If you are writing native SQL, it is not mandatory that you have to maintain that database table or database procedure or anything in the application server. There is no involvement of application server. If you are writing execc SQL and execc, between that whatever you write, that is related to DB. Clear? Everybody clear? Okay. Now one more approach is there called AMDP API. Okay, object oriented approach they will follow for this one. Okay, here ADBC special class is there, ADBC class. In ADBC classes there are 3 classes are there: CL SQL connection, CL SQL prepare statement, CL SQL result set. Okay, in CL SQL connection we'll establish the connection, prepare statement will prepare the select query and everything, and result set will pass the result to the output. This is the code. Here we will write a LV statement will concatenate. Here what the programming concept is dynamic programming. So we cannot okay. Here this is the DB level program. LV statement will prepare LV statement as a string. That string will pass it to the one class. Okay, class method. That string will be executed. It will get the data into the internal table. Okay, just we will create a statement with the query. The statement will pass to execute query, execute underscore query. Okay, after that we will get the data with a set param table. After getting the data, Okay, after getting data, we'll close the connection. First, establish the connection, and all operations you have to execute. After executing operations, we have to close the system. So the disadvantage is there is no syntax check because we are passing this as a string. Okay, there is no syntax check because we are passing select query as a string. So while executing only, we can come to know. This is SQL code. So database schemas and everything you have to mention directly. Okay, as a developer has to be responsible for the these are all what is the schema, what is the database data type. These are all you have to confirm. This is the concept. We are preparing LV statement. LV statement. We are preparing a class called. We have prepared a method called LO statement. Okay, LO result equal to LO statement execute query of that query. That query we are passing in as a string. Now let me show some programs. If I want to show the program, there should be sidecar approach. This is SLT. See, this is simple ADBC. So if you see here, this is a normal R3 system, SLT system. So if you see here, database is MS SQL, not HANA database. Okay, so this is sidecar system. So if I see the connections here, database connections. on our database. See, these many connections are there. If you see, this is the connection. This is one of the connection. Okay, if you test this connection, something host name or unknown something it is saying. Yes, let me test this. This is success. Okay, this one is success. So I'll take this code. So I'll create one more program. Here database connection I'll change. Here there is one more code like EXCC and EXCC. EXCC and EXCC. This what connection I created? Connection name LCA, right? working on. See, actually, if you see this, actually both are same. Actually, same replication it might be happened. So it is showing both the tables, internal tables are same, but actually in reality they are picking from the two databases. One is primary database, one is secondary database. Okay. Clear?
Yes,
So
okay.
here, yes. Next, like connection is establishing, and after connecting, it is taking the and next concept is ADBC. There is a special class like connection we are creating a connection like LO connection is equal to CL SQL connection get connection. Okay, and after creating the connection, we'll create statement. To create statement, I am passing this query LV statement. Okay, I'll get the result into LT result. That result will you can display as the output. Okay, but here some issues. Here connecting and disconnecting, and between that you are trying to get the data. Are you clear? So actually we prepared some example programs also. Very basic class. Are you clear? Any doubts? Like tomorrow, I may not take session. Whatever next session I am going to take, I'll take object oriented. Again, I'll come to this topic. Okay. Without object oriented, it is very difficult to understand. Next class will be Tuesday, Monday morning. EST will be there. They will send you the timelines. Okay, next session timelines. So, are you clear? Any doubt?
Yes.
Okay. So next class will be object oriented. So I'll explain the object oriented. After that, I'll come for this part. This part it will be little confusing. So let me complete object oriented. Then you can easily understand this part. Like why you are in single quotation, why you are in single arrow, why you are using double arrow. Clear? So I'm going to send this document to you. Let me complete this document. So you will create a procedure. The procedure can if you see this one program, this program is available in our system, so it will give you more clarity. Inside that you can call, like you can call procedure also. Any object, any DB object can call here. Finally that result will come to internal table. Clear? Okay, just to practice, I'll send you this document. So I'm going to send you some more documents today. Just please go through the document, and tomorrow you might not have session. Our techie team will intimate you about the session. Session and weekend it will be same time. Till now we discussed about new OpenSQL, CDS basics, AMDP, ADBC, ALV IDA. Are you there for ALV IDA?
Yes, Venkat, ALV ADA we covered. Yeah.
You are not there. Okay, I'll explain you. Okay, I'll let ALV IDA also required object oriented. So that I'll explain you ALV IDA separately. So after object oriented. Okay. Okay, guys, please practice the session. These are all topics. If any queries, you can send me the mail. Irfan, if you have free time, just you can contact me, call me, so we can discuss further. Srinivas Reddy, how is your practice? Srinivas Reddy and Geeta.
Yeah, Venkat. It's happening. It's
At least
okay.
tomorrow, tomorrow we don't have session. At least you try to practice tomorrow.
Yes. Sure, Venkat. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, guys. I'm concluding the session. We'll see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Maybe day after tomorrow. We'll be there. We'll get the information regarding the session.
Yeah.
I'll send you this PPT. Just go through the PPT. And if you check the programs, some sample code also I'll send you. But don't copy paste. Try to understand the sample code and prepare your own program. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay. See you.